I've been decluttering for a while now and I'm still learning how to manage my burnout. It happens when the clutter gets too much and you feel there is no way out of it. You can't take another step into your closet or even look at your bookshelf anymore. I have learned that if I don't keep some things in mind, I will end up with an overwhelming amount of stuff. Burnout is real. We all experience it at some point in time. Whether it's from over-cluttering, trying to do everything yourself, or being overwhelmed by the amount of work required to keep up with your life, burnout is an inevitable part of living a minimalist lifestyle. When you're feeling burnt out, here are 5 ways to get back on track. 1. The first thing we need to do is recognize that we are experiencing burnout. This means that we've reached a point where we don't know what to do next and feel stuck. If this sounds familiar, it may be time to talk to someone about it. An excellent place to start is with a therapist helping people deal with burnout. They will help us identify the source of our burnout to find solutions. 2. Once we realize that we're experiencing burnout, we need to ensure that we're taking care of ourselves. Taking care of ourselves includes eating well, sleeping, exercising, getting plenty of rest, and doing things that give us joy. These activities should come before any other tasks since they will help us recover more quickly. 3. Next, we need to figure out why we feel burned out. Is it because we're working too hard? Are we overscheduling ourselves? Or maybe we're dealing with too many responsibilities. Whatever the reason, we need to address it as soon as possible. 4. We need to make changes. Sometimes these changes involve making big decisions, such as downsizing our possessions or moving to a smaller house. Other times, they include minor changes such as starting to exercise regularly or reducing caffeine intake. No matter our direction, we need to make the change happen immediately. 5. Once we've made the necessary changes, we must stay committed to them. Although we may feel tempted to return to our old habits, we must resist the urge. We need to remind ourselves that we're going through a difficult period, but will eventually reach a new equilibrium. Here are some methods to help you keep going, even when you never want to sort anything ever again. So instead of focusing on what we lack, we need to think about what brings us happiness. What makes us happy? Do you enjoy spending time with family members? Do you love watching movies? Do you have hobbies that you want? 1. Write down 10 things that bring you joy, then add 1 each day until you have a complete list. 2. Start small. If you're overwhelmed by how much stuff there is in your home, try tackling just 1 room at a time. For example, if you're having trouble cleaning out your bedroom closet, take only 1 box at a time and put it somewhere else for now. Focus on that task, then move on to another room. You can always tackle the entire closet later. 3. Don't overlook your possessions. Even though you may not want to look at your belongings, you still need to acknowledge them. When you see something that reminds you of an experience, write down the details. Then, decide whether you want to keep it or donate it. 4. Keep track of your progress. It's easy to get discouraged when trying to declutter, especially if you do not see results. But rather than getting up, keep track of your progress. Use an online tool such as Declutter to track your progress. In conclusion, minimalism burnout is real. It happens to everyone who tries to live a simpler life. The key to avoiding this problem is to be aware of it and do everything we can to prevent it from happening. If we don't recognize the signs, however, we won't know how to fix them. Fortunately, most people who suffer from minimalism burnout will recover quickly once they implement the steps above.